Good afternoon and welcome to 90 Minutes Live, which this afternoon comes to you from Creasy Park, home of AFC Dunstable. Ware are the visitors and full live action coming up in association with Easy Shelf Direct Limited throughout the afternoon. I'm Peter Hill, full coverage to come. Teams just about to come out onto the park here. It's cold, it's grey and it looks miserable, so let's hope the football's going to give us something to cheer us up. Let's take you through the team news as far as Ware are concerned. Two changes from the team beaten at the death last week at home by Bealswade Town. John Clements signed in the week makes his debut and Mitch Hahn comes back. Stefanos Georgiou, though, misses out having gone off injured last week. So Ware will start with Sam Bentley in goal. It'll be a three at the back with Darian Furlong, Dan Rumans and Echo Coker. Two wing-backs. Joe Dearman's going to slot in at right wing-back. Left wing-back will be Ben Siggers. Then Mitch Hahn comes in to anchor the midfield alongside Freddie Moncur. George Ironton will play in the number 10 role just in front of those behind the front two of Liam Dawson and John Clements. On the bench this afternoon, Jack Dreyer, Richard Ennin, Ramaya Mills, Michael Toner and Matt Walsh. As far as AFC Dunstable are concerned, well, they haven't been in too much action recently. They've had a number of games postponed. Last time they were in action was in fact the 11th of November when they took on Cirencester. So as far as that team's concerned anyway, three changes and they will line up with Thomas Finch in goal, Rio Dial, Rico Greco, Dan Naylor, Patrick Starzowski, Max Rossner, Ben Wayman, Callum Nicholson, Ethan Holt, Cameron Cook and Kyle Brooks. On the bench for them, Axel Ampadu, Josiah Ramsey, Sade Yoav, Trey Lucas and Kwao'o Bunge Kaye. So those are our two lineups. Referee is Neil Templey this afternoon, who comes from Oxfordshire, and his two assistants, Alison Ryan and Clifford Mills. So teams out on the park here. There were some doubts about the pitch here, of course, but haven't had any rain recently. So going, I think, soft to firm probably is the parlance as far as the going are concerned. We're going to be in change strip, orange shirts, black shorts and orange socks. But looking, of course, to spring back after two consecutive home defeats. Last time they lost three in a row was back in February. But they were in good spirits in the warm-up before. And certainly be interesting to see how this works out with John Clements in the lineup. In fact, when you look at these two teams, they played in the FA Cup, of course, earlier in the season, where won that 2-1 at Wadson Park. But as far as the Ware lineup concerned, there's only two players that survive from that afternoon. Mitch Hahn and Freddie Moncur were in the starting lineup. Dan Rumans was around as well. But apart from them, it is very much a new-look side that Paul Halsey has put together. They've also got another central defender on the way. But I think most people will probably have guessed, but he's one with close connections to us here on 90 Minutes Live, and will be signing after the 20-day embargo, of course. That's at this level. When you've signed one player from a club, if you want to sign another one, you have to wait 20 days to do so. The first player to be signed from that particular club, Walthamstow, of course, is George Ironton. Makes his second appearance in his second spell as a player at Ware, and appearance number 52 overall for George. So AFC are going to get us underway, kicking from left to right. Commentary position absolutely slap bang on the halfway line here. Got to be said, very sparse crowd this afternoon. There's only one more Saturday shopping for Christmas, but having said that, driven down Dunstable High Road, it didn't look particularly lively. There's the home side that get us underway on a ground that holds memories for Ware. A couple of seasons ago, of course, that dramatic win in the playoff semi-final, and in that season they won 2-0 here as well. But it's AFC Dunstable trying to come forward, and Dan Rumans in easy action, but Nicholson, who impressed in that FA Cup game at Wadson Park, manages to win the ball out, and Ben Wayman, who we know all about from his time at Hartford, brings it over to this near side, finding the number 5 Stafskowski, who's on loan from Cambridge United, young 18-year-old. He's going to wear 5, but play on the right side of the defence. Max Rosner thumps it forward on that far side. Up goes Echo Coker alongside Cameron Cook. It's Coker that wins the ball, and Darian Furlong just hoofs it forward. And with 2 bounces, it will land with goalkeeper Thomas Finch. 2 teenage goalkeepers, of course. Sam Bentley at one end for Ware, and Thomas Finch, only at 18, as a loan spell from Cambridge United. Zeko Goga goes in, wins the ball on the far side, but it will go out for a throw-in to an AFC Dunstable side who've had, interesting time at home. They've won 3, lost 6 of their 9 so far this season, but they've been in the goals. It's got to be said, 16 games this season have given 66 goals, so you never quite know what you're going to get. Same with Ware, of course, but they're going forward here, and here's Ben Wayman on the right-hand side of the box, pulls it across, but Darian Furlong's there. Sigurd should get it clear, and gets the 1-2 off George Ironton, and then thumps it forward, but John Clements will chase. But the goalkeeper Finch is favourite just to release that one out and let it go behind for a goal kick to the home side. But it's been all change here, of course, been taken over by the academy setup, which would explain why they've got a young side, average age of 20. Well, let me set that Ware's side. The average age has come back with a couple of players they put in the lineup as well. Echo Coker and Ben Siggers being 2 of them. They've got an average age of 23 so far. The team that Paul Halsey has put together. He's away on the far side. No sign of Bailey the dog this afternoon. He's obviously got the afternoon off. AFC on this near side then with Rio Diel, 21-year-old former Kings Langley player. Pulls it inside to Stazowski. The ball will find its way back to Thomas Finch. On that far side is Rosner. He goes down under challenge from Liam Dawson. Referee not interested, but the ball will find its way onto the left-hand side of the AFC Dunstable penalty area, where Finch picks it up. Ball played forward. Nicholson going to hold of it. Siggers' back pass gives Bentley a little bit to do, but does wait till the last minute before he thumps it out. Ethan the Holt was in the way, but the ball will break on this near side. At midway inside the AFC Dunstable half, throw-in will be taken by Dan Rumans, with Mitch Harm back in the side, of course, where we've got 2 long throw options. Here's the other one of them, Darian Furlong. Plays the ball back to young Sam Bentley, who had very impressive debut last week against Biggleswade Town. Had a couple of sharp saves, the teenager on dual registration from St Albans City. Ball forward onto the head of Ben Wayman, but Furlong once again will thump it forward. Clements chasing, but Finch will watch it bounce once and then collect it in the lime green goalkeeping jersey and bowl it down that far side. Looking for Rosner, who lost his footing and allowed Joe Dearman to get it down the line. A long ball across the box from Dawson, but John Clements was well marshalled, couldn't get on the end of it. Renowned goal scorer, of course, John Clements, and his days at, well, everywhere he's been, to be honest, but certainly with Welling Garden City is Liam Dawson. Here is Clements inside the area, tries to shot. Clements still going, but in the end it bounces out to Rosner, who will play it on that left-hand side. AFC Dunstable coming forward with Cameron Cook. Cameron Cook, though, will lose out to Freddie Moncur. Coker down the line for Joe Dearman. Dearman's robbed of the ball. It's all been a bit frantic in the opening stages here. Here's Ben Wayman, who plays in that central midfield position when he was at Hertford, of course, very much a winger. Ball on the halfway line with Rosner. Rosner finds Ben Wayman again. Wayman goes back further inside his own half for Dan Naylor. Naylor with Clements in front of him, chips it to that left-hand side to Rosner. Rosner looking on this side to release Rio Dowell, brings the ball down well, but Siggers is there with him as they go back to the halfway line. Ben Wayman gets it again. Football along the ground, we know that's what we'd expect from this AFC Dunstable side, who certainly like to play football in the right way. As Cogan manages to get a foot in, and Dearman's ball forward looks to surge out Clements, but can't do so. Top of the table, of course, see Ware dropped down to 8th place, which is the worst position so far this season, but it is very tight. As we know, a couple of wins can give you a good position once again in the table. Matches this afternoon with our interests, of course, Aylesbury United against Welling Garden City, looking for their 5th consecutive win, the Citizens. And a big one at the top as well. Bedford at home to Leighton, and Biggleswade Town against North Lee, which should be an interesting encounter. We're in possession down by this left-hand corner flag with Liam Dawson. Brings in Siggers, Dan Rumans, midway inside the AFC Dunstable half, looks for Clements, can't control it. The ball comes off his shin and straight into the arms of Thomas Finch. Well, it said 10 degrees in my car when I was driving here. I think it lied. It really is very much a winter chill at Creasy Park. As ball is back with the big number 4 central defender Dan Naylor. Naylor's long ball forward, looking on that far side. No offside. Ware could be caught out here, but it's good defending in the end as Rico Greco tried to get the ball across. But it was Darian Furlong who's read it at the expense of a corner. They were expecting offside there. Referee's assistant not interested. Corner taken quickly to Nicholson. Nicholson goes backwards to Rosner, who just about nips it away from George Ironton. And the ball will go out of play on the far side for a throw into the home side. It's Rico Greco, formerly Barnet Academy player. Ben Wayman. Wayman back for Rosner. Here's Greco. Chips it down the line. It was a decent ball looking for Cook, but this time a flag does go up on this near side of the field. And Ware will get a free kick for the offside decision. Sam Bentley will come across to take it. Flurry has substitutes warming up on that far side. Don't think either manager's fancying an early change. I don't think they're just trying to keep warm. As I can look on the bench, the therapist at Victoria's back. I can see her wrapped up in some kind of blanket over her legs. Don't blame her. I wish I could borrow that. It really is chilly here at Creasy Park. Floodlights on. It's great. It's December. And it's a miserable afternoon, but let's hope that it doesn't end up as a miserable afternoon for Ware, as Echo Coker gives away a free kick right on the halfway line on the far side for going into the back of Greco. Rosner has to turn backwards, and in fact goes all the way backwards. Send Finch going backwards towards the penalty spot. Thomas Finch forward finds Kyle Brooks. Brooks' ball is a loose one, and Mitch Harm will get it for Ware. Brings in Siggers on the halfway line. Siggers' ball is a loose one and finds Rico Greco inside his own half. Greco's beaten to it well by Freddie Moncur. And linesman's flag up for offside, I think, against Liam Dawson, who acknowledges the fact. Otherwise, Freddie had made a good run through midfield there. AFC hadn't picked him up. And it's back with Naylor and back all the way to Finch. Finch on this near side. And good bit of footwork from Steskowski. Takes him across the area. Still got it as the young defender. The ball will break on this now his side now for Rio Dial. Dial coming forward. He's got plenty of room to move into. Chips it forward. Look for the run of Nicholson, but it was a loose one in the end, and it was picked up by Joe Dearman. Brings in Mitch Hahn, surrounded by blue shirts. Finds Dearman again. Joe Dearman starts to run down that right-hand touchline. Has to put the brakes on, and Echo Koga has it. And now to Darian Furlong. Furlong looking to search out Ben Siggers on this near side. Dial gets in the way, but the ball will bounce into the empty seats in front of me and go out for a throw in. Strange game, Creasy Park, for those of you that haven't been here, because certainly the stand on my side, there are probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, no more than 25 people along this side. And a few people along the far side, but not the best crowd we've seen all season, that's for sure. But certainly not the kind of occasion we had here a couple of years ago in the playoff semi-final. Brad Robinson making that dramatic penalty save. Sent it Ware into the final against North Lee. Dan Ruman's played in that one, and he plays the ball forward for Liam Dawson, who also was there on that particular day. Dawson can't get a hold of it though. And Thomas Finch has it back. 11 minutes gone here on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf Direct. AFC Dunstable 0, Ware 0. No half-time sequence, be saving the voice. So we'll try and get you in touch with what's happening elsewhere in the division this afternoon. There's long ball forward by Naylor. Looks for Greco and Cook once again. It's just from an AFC perspective got the wrong side of the Ware defence, and flag goes up for offside on this near side of the field. No half-time sequence, but plenty of football to come on 90 Minutes Live. Tuesday night we'll be at the Pexhurst, where to run the rule over Welwyn Garden City against Barton Rovers. And this time next week we'll be at the Pexhurst again for Welwyn Garden City against Ware. And then on Boxing Day, of course, the big one, Ware against Hertford in the 101st League derby between the two sides. And New Year's Day as well, big derby game there, which will be at the Smile IT between Hertford and Waltham Abbey. So busy schedule for 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf over the Christmas period. Looking forward to all of those. As on that far side of the field, it's Nicholson who thumps it forward. The ball is controlled by a Holt. Plays it on this near side, looking to reduce the hour. He's not offside. Plays the ball across the box, and Ethan Holt will put it in the back of the net for AFC Dunstable. We're looking at the referee. George Irons looking at the referee's assistant, and the referee has given the goal. So we're trail here by a goal to nil after 13 minutes. And I think Ethan Holt is the one that will claim it, the 18-year-old. And that'll be his fourth goal of the season in 6 and a bit appearances. And just the start that Paul Halsey did not want. 13th minute, unlucky for Ware. They were trying to play offside on this near side. The referee's assistant adjudged the fact that Dial wasn't. And when he got through, there was nothing really they could do about it. So, calm it down, says John Clements. Plenty of time to get back in the game, but that's something they'll need to do. AFC have, before today, had only failed to score once this season. Well, they've kept that record going. And well, the fact they've only failed to score twice, you would think there will be more goals. Well, I certainly hope that there will be more goals in this game, as Ware find themselves a goal behind, as Siggers looks to pick the ball up forward. I think it's this formation that if you are playing the two wing-backs, then you are prone to that kind of attack. 3 central defenders for Ware. Furlong is playing through the centre, Goga to the right, and Dan Ruman's on the left-hand side. And they're very much, they're the ones that are going to have to cover Siggers and Dearman as they come forward. It's George Ironton. Plays the ball to Joe Dearman inside the AFC half. There you go. Echo Goka's got it on the halfway line. Back for Darian Furlong. Furlong's ball forward. It's easy meat for Rosner, but he's given it away to John Clements. Clements finds Freddie Moncur. Moncur on this near side for Ben Siggers. Siggers ball inside. Poor one looking for Dawson. But Ware should get it back with Freddie Moncur, who gets the free kick right in front of us for the challenge by Stosowski. Taken quickly is George Ironton. Forward for Siggers. Siggers' ball across is a better one. Brings in Dawson. Dawson looking for George Ironton. Ironton's in the box. Tries to put it across. Ben Wayman in the way. Ware get the first corner of the afternoon. That's better from the team in orange. Mitch Hahn will take the corner. He's interesting. George Ironton, of course. Someone that can provide from this type of position as well. Plenty of aerial strength these days. Echo Coker, Dan Rumans and Darian Furlong all in the box to be aimed at. Mitch goes far post up on to the head of Rosner, and it goes behind for corner number 2. Quick succession, which means it's going to be Joe Dearman that will take this one on the far side, spinning across with 2 on his back. Going to take it with the right boot. Plenty of movement in the box to aim at. Doesn't beat the first man though, who's Naylor. He just punts it towards the halfway line, and Ben Siggers, the furthest player back, will thump it back into AFC territory, and Mitch Hahn will look on this near side for Dan Rumans, but the ball goes out of play. Well, it's symptomatic. We're not really put it together so far, and they're going to have to if they're going to avoid their 3rd defeat in a row, which they trail here by a goal to nil. In possession with Freddie Moncur, back for Darian Furlong, back all the way for the goalkeeper Bentley. Sam Bentley's chip forward, looking for Clements, off the head of Rosner. Naylor's unsure where it is. Liam Dawson can't bring it down, and DL just scuffs it away. Now it will go for a throw-in on this near side of the field. Well, they've won 6 and lost 2, AFC Dunstable, and they've scored the first goal in games. Ware's records is a little bit different. They've only won once from behind this season, drawn 2 and lost the rest. Dearman goes down, flag up. It's going to be a free kick on that far side. I think that's, even from my biased perspective, a little bit soft, but we'll take it. Ben Siggers goes across. Will be taking the free kick. 18 minutes gone. AFC Dunstable 1, Ware 0. Ethan Holt with a goal after 13 minutes for the ODs. Siggers then with the left boot. He's come back to Ware, of course, from Cheshunt, former Ware youth player. Played in the under-14s. Kevin Cooner remembers him well. He's going to take the kick with the left boot. A decent one as it goes in, and George Ironton just can't get a hold of it on the far post, and in the end it will go behind for a goal kick. Where's away record has it's certainly been better in seasons. Played 8, won 3, lost 5. Only scored 11 goals away from home this season, and 4 of those came at Leighton Town. So it hasn't been the brightest for Ware's travelling fans so far. Ben Wayman back. Wayman goes down under challenge. Stachkowski has got himself in a bit of trouble down there, gives the ball away. Ben Wayman's there as well and manages somehow to work his way out of it. Here's Wayman down the line for Nicholson, but good challenge by Dan Rumans, who will try and keep the ball in here. Does. Down the line for Liam Dawson. Oh no, he doesn't. This flag goes up from the official in front of me. And so it's going to be a free kick to AFC Dunstable. Teams at 1 here. Northleigh 4-2. Kings Langley, of course, that crazy game 6-5. Brightlingsea in the FA Trophy 3-2. Aylesbury United won here 2-1. Cirencester 3-2. And Waltham Abbey 5-2. So when they have lost here, they've shipped a few goals. Leading here at the moment, though. But maybe also the fact they've only kept 2 clean sheets all season out of 16 games so far. As Wayman plays the ball forward to Nicholson, who picked up a bit of space, looks for the right Cook, but Coker's there and should put the ball away, but in the end can only put it out for a throw-in, which will be taken by Rio Dial. All right, fullback brings in Ben Wayman. Wayman chips the ball forward for Cook. Is Nicholson. Nicholson going sideways, and in the end he just runs into Rio Coker. George Ironton picks the ball up, but he's robbed of it. Wayman's got it back for AFC Dunstable. Puts the ball forward. Is Ethan Holt, but this time he is on offside. on this right hand side. Looks accusingly at the referee's assistant, as Ware did when the goal went in. But on that occasion, he sticks to his guns and it's an offside decision. Very little for either keeper to do apart from that goal, it's got to be said. Ware haven't really threatened so far. Another new strike force, of course. No Kieran Bishop with that controversial red card last week against Biggleswade Town. Matt Walsh on the bench. So John Clements and Liam Dolson put together for the first time as Echo Goga wins a throw-in from Cook on that far side, right in front of the dugouts. Goga will take the throw. Waiting for a little bit of movement. There's Precious Little. Puts it down the line over the head of Joe Dearman. Up in the air by Rossner. Further away by Wayman. And run out of play by Rico Greco. Means Ware will have a throw midway inside the AFC Dunstable half. They have just now a chance to conjure something up. Because Darian Furlong has got the ball. Coker and Romans up from the back. AFC should know all about this. As they pull players back in the area as the throw comes in, but it's Rosner who gets there first. Freddie Moncur is scuffling away with Nicholson. Plays it back onto the half-high lane for Siggers, who puts it all the way back for his goalkeeper, Sam Bentley. Bentley's got Mitch Hahn in good position on this left-hand side, but decides to go right. And only onto the head of Rico Greco, where he'll get it back. Wayman just robbed Dan Romans of the ball. Freddie Moncur, good feet, brings in Siggers. Siggers brings in Mitch Hahn now on this left-hand side. Mitch is beaten to the ball, though. Callum Cook got his foot in, claims the throw, but it's going to be Ware's. And he's going to be Mitch Hahn that will take it on this near side of the field. It's going to be a long throw, but no one's come up from the back. In fact, it isn't going to be that long because it brings in Freddie Moncur. It brings Mitch again down the line, looking for John Clements, but he can't keep the ball in play. And it's going to go behind for a goal kick. 23 minutes gone on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf Direct Limited at Creasy Bark. It's AFC Dunstable 1, Ware 0. The goal coming, unluckily for Ware, in the 13th minute from Ethan Holt. It's fairly even apart from that. Neither side have put that much together as Rosner goes down over the trailing leg of Echo Goga. Referee finally does decide to give a free kick when he notices there wasn't too much in the way of advantage for the home side. They've taken it quickly. Certainly like to get on with things to AFC Dunstable. Inside the Ware half and coming forward here with Ben Wayman. Wayman chips the ball far side. Rosner has to backpedal and then takes it down on his chest. Rosner cutting inside, goes past Freddie Moncur, plays the ball in, looking for DL on this near side. Shot into a side netting. And flag goes up for offside, but it's something that Ware will have to get the grits with. They got called out in the 13th minute when DL wasn't offside and AFC scored. And it looks to be a rich furrow for the home side. As Ware take the free kick and Joe Dearman in possession, brings in Coker, finds Freddie Moncur, tries to send Dearman going down the line on the far side, but the ball goes out pretty tamely for a throw in. Prompts Joe O'Brien to leap off the bench and do a bit of shouting. Ware's assistant manager. Finch with the ball for AFC deep inside his own half. Plays the ball right to Stazowski. Stazowski looks to come forward. Stazowski with those socks around his ankles gives it away though, and here's Liam Dolson. Dolson's going to run against Stazowski. Turns inside him, he's got the overlap from Siggers, ignores that, puts it in the box. Clements goes up, can't get a touch to it, and the ball in the end tamely goes behind for a goal kick to AFC Dunstable. That was better from Ware, pulling it together. Siggers and Dolson just having a little bit of a word. But He's certainly a threat, the Ware Bows, but it's been the fullback on this side, Rio Dial, who's posed the greatest threat so far. We would like to do the same with Ben Siggers and Joe Dearman, but haven't been able to do so as Coker heads it towards the halfway line. Freddie Moncur under pressure, looks for Dearman, but it's Nicholson who comes up with the ball, gets a shove in the back from Joe, and it's going to be a free kick, which is taken by Naylor, and Naylor's ball releases Rico Greco on the far side, puts it across the box. Good save by Bentley. Shot coming in from Holt. Should have been 2-0. Well, Ethan Holt had the whole goal to aim at, but Bentley made himself big, and a decent save by the young goalkeeper. You would think it's kept Ware in the proceedings here, because they're being called out on the flanks. That time it was Rico Greco down the left. Dial's been a real threat down this right-hand side. And here's Ben Wayman. Wayman plays the ball at the halfway line. Staskowski always gave it away. Clements almost picking Nicholson's pocket, but breaks on that far side for Max Rosner to come forward. Here's Greco. Greco plays the ball inside for Brooks. Brooks for Holt, who goes down. Trip from behind by Mitch Hahn. And AFC will take the free kick. They want to get on with it, but Ware have got bodies in the way, and they're going to have to delay it now. It's going to be Ben Wayman and Cameron Cook, who are the players there. Rico Greco there as well. Bentley just getting his angles right, but Greco's walked away, so Ben Wayman, I think, is going to have the responsibility here. And 20-year-old on this side here. Dial's in a lot of space. Liam Dawson's come back now to do the marking job. Only John Clements forward. They play at the other side to Greco. Greco back for Rosner. First touch wasn't too solid, but Ware weren't close enough to do anything about it. And in the end, he just dribbles the ball out of play, and it goes behind for a throw in. 28 minutes gone. Creasy Park in Bedfordshire. AFC Dunstable 1, Ware 0. Leading up to the Christmas programme. And for Ware, the game really at 2 derbies to come after this. They really will want to get something out of it. At the moment, haven't really threatened Tom Finch's goal. Here is the goalkeeper on the edge of his 18-yard box. Finds Naylor. Naylor's got Clements bearing down on him, as has Finch, who, to hurry up, just slices it on this near side. Dial does well to keep in play, and a lovely touch by Nicholson releases Ben Wayman. Wayman looking for Greco on the far side, and once more he's onside. Here's Rico Greco against Joe Dearman. Shot comes in and saved once more, this time by Bentley's legs. But Ware are being caught out time and time again on the flanks, and here's Ben Wayman as well. Turns inside, and in the end, Coker just has to thump it behind for a corner. As Ware in disarray. They've been caught out by Dial a couple of times on this right-hand side. That time it was Greco, and a good save by Sam Bentley. That's the second one he's made. Denied Holt just a couple of minutes earlier. At the moment, Ware have got it all to do. Trail here 1-0, could quite easily have been 3. Here's Ben Wayman. Wayman looks for Greco on that far side of the field. Chips the ball down the line, looking for Cameron Cook. Cameron Cook's inside the area, and in the end it's Coker who volleys it away off the chest of Rosner. Here's Brooks, who manages to snaffle it away from Liam Dawson for Dan Naylor. Naylor on the far side to Wayman, who's everywhere at the moment. Wayman's long ball on this near side is a good one. Dial, though, can't control it. And the ball bounces off his chest, and it goes behind for a throw-in to Ware. Time to take a breath as far as Paul Hall's side are concerned. He's standing very pensive as Joe O'Brien's the one doing the moving and the shouting. Dial heads the ball up. Mitch Hahn there with Brooks, brought down by Freddie Moncur. George Ironton forward, looks for Dawson down the left-hand side, but too far ahead of him. And AFC will get a throw in on this near side of the field. It's made me wonder whether a change in formation at half time. Jack Dreyer, Richard Ennin, Ryan Mills, Michael Toner and Matt Walsh are on the bench. So you've got to say the only defensive option really there is Michael Toner. Everybody else is an attacking player on the bench. So could be problematical to change the three at the back formation. Certainly doesn't seem to have done the job so far. Throw in from Mitch Hahn. Back for Darian Furlong on our halfway line. Furlong plays the ball all the way back for Sam Bentley. Bentley under pressure a little bit from Holt on the far side, and in the end just puts the ball out of play. Joe Oxley, the AFC manager, does the fielding, and Paul Halsey is yelling what he thinks about it from the far side. Why are we going backwards? Is the message from the boss, and one that I think I'd echo. 31 minutes gone, and we're trailing by a goal to nil. Comes off the head of Joe Dearman, who will break for Dan Rumans. Rumans, long ball forward. Dawson had come short, and once again it sums up what's been happening in the first half for Ware. As the ball is back with Staszkowski. It's looked decent as a teenager on loan from Cambridge United. Chip ball far side from Nicholson. Nicholson's ball has got Rico Greco chasing down that wing again, but this time just a little bit too much on it for Joe Dearman, and he did then kick the ball away, and he's going to get a yellow card. So Rico Greco goes into the referee's book for not for the challenge, I don't think. It was for kicking the ball away afterwards. Sam Bentley will come out of his goal and will take the goal kick for Paul Halsey's team. Down by the touchline, far side of the field. Wind, you can probably hear affecting the microphone a little bit here. Beginning to blow at Gracie Park. It's the hour. It's turn away from Siggers, and in the end just chips the ball out for a throw in the Ware, which Siggers will take. Not going to use the long throw, but a look of it. Then Siggers short for Dan Rumans, chips it towards the edge of the area. Staszkowski is there first, but Ware will get a throw in once again. It's midway inside the AFC Dunstable half. Mitch Hahn's got it this time, which means there could be a long throw on the cards. Mitch pointing where he wants to put it as Dan Rumans comes up from the back, goes to the edge of the 18-yard area. So Mitch's throw will come in, but not good enough to get to Dan Rumans. He'll get the ball back though and brings in Siggers. Siggers' ball across the box, chested down by John Clements. Clements does well to find Siggers again on this left-hand side. Inside for Dan Rumans. Rumans' ball across the box, headed out by Rosner to the edge of the area. Here's Liam Dawson. And Naylor robs Dawson. The ball will break left-hand side, and Wayman's too quick for Siggers and manages to get it away under challenge, unfair challenge. And AFC Dunstable get themselves a free kick. Well, it was an opportunity for Liam Dawson. Wouldn't just come down for him. Couldn't get his feet sorted. And in the end, it was a home side that got defenders behind the ball. Got themselves in trouble a bit here, though, trying to play the ball short. Staszkowski's got to go backwards for Ben Wayman. And Wayman puts it towards the halfway line for Holt. Brings it down well for Brooks. Could be a break on the cards here for AFC Dunstable. And it's Greco on that far side again against Joe Dearman. Greco and Dearman in the end just manages to get a foot in and give AFC another corner on that far side, but that break is on all the time down the right or the left flank for the home side, and something that Joe O'Brien and Paul Halsey will have to sort out surely at half time. Sam Bentley's been a busy keeper, 2 decent saves from him. Finch has had nothing to do at the other end, and we're trailed by a goal to nil, but got themselves a free kick deep inside their own territory, right hand side. 10 minutes to go before the break here at Creasy Park. Just a reminder, no half-time sequence, but I will be taking a break at half-time, get the vocal cords a bit of a rest, but we'll be bringing you up to date with what's happening elsewhere in the division. When I come back, Bedford at home to Leighton Town, Biggleswade Town against Northlea, Aylesbury United against Welwyn Garden City are the matches which affect the top of the table. Hertford in 7th, Ware in 8th, Welwyn Garden City in 11th, all bulked together really, 3 points separating the three of them, and all interestingly enough have got level goal differences. So here's Siggers, almost close to handling the ball, but puts it back inside his own penalty area for Bentley. Bentley slips and he clears. Wayman can't do anything with a header on the halfway line. Staszkowski then wrestles away with Liam Dawson, and Ben Siggers will put the ball out. It'll be a throw in to AFC Dunstable. Here's Ben Wayman. Wayman for Brooks, turns nicely away from Mitch Hahn, brings in Max Rosner. Rosner coming forward for Greco, who's played an increasing part in this half. Here he is again, some fancy footwork, takes him by Moncur, and on this near side is Rio Diao. Diao against Siggers, screaming for it on the edge of the area. Again is Greco, who's going to fire in the shot, but goes high and smashes against the boarding behind the goal. He is their top scorer this season. He's got 8 goals, Rico Greco. But certainly won't want to replay that one. Where substitutes are warming up on the far side of the field, and ball given away to John Clements on the halfway line. Back for Echo Coker, down the line for Joe Dearman. Dearman going backwards, and in the end just puts the ball off of Holt for a throw in to Ware. Wind picks up again. Dark grey clouds above, no rain forecast. So that's one of those days we wouldn't be surprised if there was a bit. You can see quite a few divots and turfs have turned up from the playing surface here. The ball will break to Mitch Hahn, who gets a push in the back from Nicholson. In fact, it was Cameron Cook. And we're getting themselves a free kick. It's decent possession this, but take it quickly. And on the far side, Joe Dearman's got it. Dearman puts it across the box, there's nobody there, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick. Well, you've got to say, why take a free kick that quickly and not give anybody a chance to get in the area and slam a cross into there? It was never really going to do much at all to cause AFC Dunstable some problems. He's a talented player, Joe Dearman, but he struggled in this first half, playing in that right wing-back role because Stefanos Georgiou picked up what looked like a hamstring injury last week. Down the line, here is Joe Dearman against Ben Wayman. Dearman's going to get the ball across the box by Mitch Hahn, and up goes Finch backpedalling to collect it inside the 6-yard box away from Liam Dawson. Probably the most effective thing he's had to do. Felt that the goalkeeper, he grimaced a bit when he got up. Long ball forward, looking for Holt. Here's Darian Furlong puts the ball over his head and then puts Coker into trouble. He got a shove in the back by Cameron Cook. There's a flag up on this near side, and it's going to be a free kick to Ware. It was a fairly obvious push in the back by Cook. Joe Dearman has it, still inside the Ware half, far side of the field. Dearman turns inside the attentions of Cook. Comes to this side of the field for Dan Rumans, still inside his own half. Rumans turns backward for Darian Furlong. Furlong, right hand side for Echo Coker. Coker chips the ball forward. Nobody at home down that right hand side. And another prospective Ware attack comes to nothing. It's not been a good performance by Paul Hall's team in this first half. Haven't effectively put anything together. I'm struggling, I still think. I know this is, I think the 4th game he's played that 3 at the back. They're struggling to get to grips with it at the moment, particularly on the flanks, because Siggers and Dearman have not been effective coming forward, and certainly have looked suspect when AFC Dunstable have come in the opposite direction. Throw in though for Ware now, midway inside the OD's half. Darian Furlong will take it. So Coker, big imposing figure, tallest player on the park by quite a distance, making his way up from the back. He's going to go inside that 6-yard box. We know what Furlong can offer from this kind of throw-in. Furlong's throw, though, the edge of the area, Coker can't get hold of it, and it's just hooked clear by Rosner. Joe Dearman all the way back to Sam Bentley. As AFC Dunstable coming out looking for the offside, and Dearman gets it just inside the opposition half. Has to turn backwards to Freddie Moncur inside to echo Coker. Coker picks up a bit of pace as the number 4. Coker still going, but in the end it was Brooks who was in the way, and the ball will go for a throw in on that far side. Decent bit of possession this for Ware. Got to find some kind of end product though, which they haven't done so far. Furlong's throw to the edge of the area, up in the air from Dan Rumans, away by Brooks. Ware will get it back with Ben Siggers. Siggers weighs up his options and then thumps it to the edge of the area. John Clements heads it up in the air, but it was more of a clearance than anything in an attacking sense, and the ball will break on the halfway line, and AFC back in possession with Ben Wayman. Wayman for Rio Dial, pushed forward by Cook. Holt's not offside. Darian Furlong there with him. Darian Furlong does well to push Ethan the Holt wide, but still it's back to Nicholson. Goes down on the edge of the area, shouts for a penalty. Would have been a tame one. Greco's got it as AFC Dunstable continue to come forward, and Joe Dearman in the end releases it out for a goal kick to Ware. That was a half-hearted cry, I think, at best, for a penalty kick against Echo Coker on the edge of the area as Nicholson went down. But referee always unlikely to give that. 3 minutes before the break, AFC Dunstable leading by a goal to nil. But it's their goal scorer, Ethan Holt, who's down at the moment. They need, he's going to need the physio. I think he's going to be okay. And he is indeed going to be okay. So Ware will restart with Sam Bentley. The goal kick away to the right hand side with the grass bank behind the goal, one side, and temporarily very small terrace stand at the other end onto the head of Rosner. Brought down by Mitch Hahn. Hahn looks for Joe Dearman on the far side. Rosner just deflected out for a throw into Ware. It's midway inside the AFC half, so I think we know what's going to happen here. As Darian Furlong will come up from the back. Be a good time to get back on level terms here as the first half draws to a close at Creasy Park, with Ware trailing by a goal to nil. Throw this time by Furlong. Nobody can get hold of it though, and Brooks will bring it away for AFC. George Ironton does a decent job of delaying his progress, but they're still coming forward in numbers of the blue shirts. Ben Wayman's ball to Cameron Cook on this right hand side. Cook forced just a little bit wide, turns inside now, edge of the area, fires in the shot, and it goes over the top of the target. Perhaps there were better options for him, but Cameron Cook took the responsibility but curled it over the top of Sam Bentley's crossbar. Final minute of the half here, and cold as it is sitting in the stand, I think it'll be warm in the Ware dressing room. With words from Bob Wolsey and Joe O'Brien, they can't be happy with what they've seen here, because Ware have been second best, and had it not been for Sam Bentley, could be more behind than the goal that they trailed by at the moment. Here's Liam Dawson trying to do something about it, but it's Ben Wayman who's had an excellent half, pushed the ball forward. Nicholson's given it away to Rumans, who's given it away to Rosner. Rosner coming forward across the centre circle, goes down under challenge from George Ironton, who's another one who hasn't really got into the game, George, so far. Staskowski picks it up on this near side, coming across the halfway line. The number 5 with the headband. Rio Dale plays it inside, but this time for once the move breaks down. Ware have given it away though. Dial gets it back. It was a good challenge by George Ironton, tries to send John Clements going forward, but 2 bounces into the chest of Thomas Finch. Forward for Wayman, and Wayman gives it back to his goalkeeper as we enter time added on. The 4 stoppages, which there should be precious little, you would think, as Rosner again puts it all the way back to Finch as another blast of winter breeze heads in the direction of the stand here. Far side is Ben Wayman. Wayman looking to release the owl on this near side again. The owl's going to collect it, but Siggers was allowed to get in there, and then in the end it's a flag which goes up, which will suggest it will be a throw-in, I think, to Ware on this near side. The owl stayed down from the challenge, and he's going to be okay, I think. Just took a little bit of a knock. Dan Rumans with a throw for Ware. Rumans looking for John Clements, goes up. Diallo will collect the ball for AFC Dunstable. Ironton in front of it, forward by Nicholson. Ethan the Holt, he's got a faint touch on the ball, and Coco should get it clear. He does to Liam Dawson. Can't pick it up, but Rosner's messed the clearance, and Naylor has to go across and thump it away on that far side for a throw in to Ware. Surely going to be the final action of the first half here. Has played a couple of minutes over the top. Referee's looking at his watch as Darian Furlong trots up on that far side and prepares to take the throw in for Ware. Coker's up from the back. Dan Rumans is up from the back as well. So this one's going to be hurled into the box as Ware look to get back on level terms before the half-time break here. Furlong's throw then. There we go. Goes into the 6-yard box, back on back. Coker, Finch had missed it, and in the end Dawson couldn't get hold of it, otherwise Ware would have been back level. Best chance by a mile as the ball's played back, and that is going to be the final opportunity of the first half, and Ware close to drawing back on level terms right at the death. But at the end it was Echo Goga's header that Liam Dawson couldn't complete, and meanwhile just watching Cameron Cook and Ben Siggers having a little bit of a set-to and a pushing match here behind the referee. Both of them really will do well to remove themselves from that. The referee didn't see it, was in fact his assistant on the far side that had to come up and break the two apart. And referee not saying anything, which, I think he would, if that was in the cause of play, have cause to do so, but didn't, and the two heading back towards the dressing rooms as a few players came out just to drag them apart, and ended just a little bit fractiously the first half here at Creasy Park. The only goal of the game coming after 13 minutes when Rio Dial got away on the right hand side, pulled the ball across the box, and Ethan Holt from almost inside the goal mouth managed to push the ball home for his 4th goal of the season to give AFC Dunstable the lead here by a goal to 0. That's how it stands. I'll be taking a little bit of a break now, so join me in just over 10 minutes time for full second half commentary of AFC Dunstable against Ware here on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf Direct. 90 minutes live.
Oh, right.
So, internet, we do Ware, Welwyn Garden City in Hertford.
Right, okay.
I'm going about 4 years, I think I've been doing it now. It just goes straight, well, it goes kind of via a site called Spreaker, but it's on Twitter, it's on Twitter and YouTube and all that stuff.
People doing all this. I'm normally with St Albans, but
Right.
their company's quite good on this. It's the radio station.
Yeah, because you've got the radio station. Yeah, that's right. That's crazy.
Really?
Technology is crazy. I mean, it's done all through this thing.
Oh, is
The
that
size of that. That's it.
so that broadcasts it?
That's the box.
Streams
That
it.
straight into a phone, plugging through and out. It's crazy.
Incredible.
Absolutely crazy.
Hopefully they're a bit more active in the second half.
Yeah, well, hopefully Ware will improve in the second half.
Well, yeah.
Pretty awful.
No, just not taking any chances. Or not making any.
No, the problem is there's only 2 players out there that played in the FA Cup game earlier this season.
Really?
It's been a wholesale change of team,
Yeah, well, my son,
and it looks like it,
my son's in goal. He's just loaned out whilst the goalie's injured. You know, they don't know each other, do they?
No. Goalkeeper's played well though, Bentley.
That's my boy.
Mm.
Yeah, he's all right. He's a good player.
He's done well.
He came out of Luton at the end of last season in the academy, so they didn't need any more young goalies going up.
Yeah.
He's with St Albans, so he's a good goalie. He's got to just do his mind. He's young.
Yeah. No, it was a good game last week. We saw the game last week. We had a good game last week.
Maybe we're pleased with that.
Mm.
See where it goes.
Yeah.
All right, keep warm.
And welcome back to 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf Direct. Hope got yourself a nice cup of tea in the half-time break. Could have done with someone bringing one over here. Half-time, it's AFC Dunstable 1, Ware 0. Said I was going to keep you in touch with some games at the top of the table in the division around. Bedford 0, Leighton Town 0 at half-time. Interesting score, Biggleswade Town 2, Northley 0. So that's going to shake it up at the top of the table if that scoreline remains. And our other club, Welwyn Garden City, in action this afternoon, are 2-1 down at home, away rather, to Aylesbury United at half-time. Josh Steele gave the Citizens an early lead there. The home side have struck back with 2 goals, although by all accounts the Citizens have missed a hatful of chances and should really have gone in at least level. Here at Creasy Park, well, it'll be interesting to see what Paul Horsey had to say to his Ware side, who are rejoining us in their orange shirts, because they were ineffective at best in that opening 45 minutes. They start off with Sam Bentley in goal, 3 central defenders in Darian Furlong, Dan Rumans and Echo Goga, 2 wing-backs, Joe Dearman on the right, Ben Siggers on the left. Central midfield, Mitch Hahn and Freddie Moncur playing just behind George Ironton, and then a front 2 of Liam Dawson and John Clements making his Ware debut. As far as AFC Dunstable are concerned, Thomas Finch in goal there, 2 wing-backs, Rio Dial and Rico Greco. They've then got Dan Naylor, Patrick Strzelecki and Max Rosner as 3 central defenders. Callum Nicholson, Cameron Cook and Ben Wayman in the centre of midfield, and Kyle Brooks in support of Ethan Holt up front, who scored the only goal of the game so far after 13 minutes. So that's how we stand. Our referee is Neil Templey. No changes from either manager. It'll be interesting to see what Wolsey does, though, in terms of a formation that's stuttered so far. It's got to be said, to deal with the width that AFC Dunstable possess. As referee just having a little bit of word with the AFC Dunstable bench on the far side. I think he wasn't happy with the ball that he was given to restart. And a new football has been brought out. And so it's going to be Ware getting from left to right in the change strip. Orange shirts and black shorts. AFC Dunstable, light blue shirts, dark blue shorts. And away we go for the second 45 minutes here at Creasy Park. Far side of the field, where I've got an early throw-in. Midway inside the AFC Dunstable half. They're defending the grass bank end, as I'll call it, here at Creasy Park. As Dan Romans puts it forward, looking for Liam Dawson. The ball will break for Freddie Moncur, deep inside AFC territory, and the ball threaded across for Echo Goga, who does well. Plays on this near side for Joe Dearman. Dearman onto the left foot, all the way along the ground and out by Brooks. Throw in for Ware midway inside the AFC Dunstable half. Joe Dearman will advance a little bit further down the line. In fact, he's going to leave it to Echo Goga to take the throw in. Down the line, off the head of Nicholson, and out for another throw in, this time down by the corner flag, which would suggest that Darian Furlong will want to come up from the back, as he does, and throw this one inside the AFC Dunstable box. Well, it's been an enterprising start, the opening couple of seconds of the second half. We're in AFC Dunstable territory. Throw will come in. Looks for the head of Dan Romans, but again it's up in the air, but more of a clearance than anything in an attacking sense. Long ball forward, looking for Holt, but Siggers is under the back pass, and here's Ethan Holt, and that's another good save by Bentley. Chipped forward by Nicholson and bounces away into the car park. And Sam Bentley there. It was a terrible back pass by Siggers, and Bentley did very, very well on the one-on-one on Holt. That's the third good save from the young goalkeeper. And he's certainly done his best to keep Ware in the match here. If they do get something out of it, then Sam Bentley would have played a major part, the young goalkeeper. Here, because Fred Burbage is still out and injured. Obviously, if you're listening, Fred, or wherever you may be, I hope to get you back fit soon. But have some competition with this 19-year-old who's performed so admirably so far in a Ware shirt. Is Freddie Moncur. Dan Rumans, long ball forward, looking for the on-running. Clements Finch is out, will collect it on the edge of the 18-yard box and restart quickly, looking for Greco on this near side, but Coker had read that. Jordanson's ball for Dearman is a good one, but just over hit, and Joe Dearman can't keep it in, and AFC Dunstable will have a throw in forward for Wayman, for Rosner down by this near side touchline is Naylor, away from John Clements, but just put it midway inside the Ware half, where Bentley will come out as we're going back to the other end. There's a lot of shouting going on, and AFC Dunstable player down. I've got to say, I was focusing on the ball, so I didn't see what had occurred, but it's going to need a little bit of attention from Nakini Jayakody, who's the therapist for AFC Dunstable. Darian Furlong's having a word with the referee. I'm not quite sure what happened. There's a crowd of players all around the player that's down. I'll try and work out for you who that is, who's actually gone down. Not sure he's Callum Nicholson. I know he's over there, so it isn't him. But just trying to have a look. It's actually Rio Dial who's gone down. He's back up again now under treatment. And just see what the referee's going to do from here in. Now he's going to restart the game. I think he's obviously nothing involved in the fact that Dial just went down. That was why the referee stopped the game. And the ball's back inside the Ware half. He's going to drop the ball at the feet of Darian Furlong. Referee taking his time about it. He's waiting for the restart to occur. I think Dial's made his way down to the dressing room actually, so I think AFC are going to be down to 10 men at the moment. Rio Dial has gone off and slotting in. He's Cameron Cook into that right fullback role. Here's Liam Dawson. Dawson on the far side as ball comes across the box and bounces away for a corner to Ware. In fact, substitute has now come on. Sade Yoav, who was at Ware, of course, at one time on loan from Oxford United, has come on. So fullback for a fullback, but Ware have got the corner. It's going to be Mitch Hahn who will take the corner for Ware towards the near post. Flicked on and off the line by the goalkeeper and in by Dan Romans and then deflected wide for a corner. Two chances in one there. Ware have got the corner again. Super save by Finch with his feet, and as Romans put it in, it was hooked off the line. I think it was Rosner in the end, and Ware have got another corner. Mitch Hahn will take it again, but it's a good header out this side at the near post. Liam Dawson will retrieve it for Ware. Play it back for Siggers. Siggers just hits the ball against Cameron Cook, and it'll go for a throw-in on the far side. That is by far the closest Ware have come to breaching this AFC Dunstable defence. It's been a decent start to the second half for Paul Hall's team. Let's see if they can keep it going. Freddie Moncur, though, has to turn round into his own half for Darian Furlong. Near side is Echo Coker, picks the ball up, starts to come forward midway inside the AFC Dunstable half to the edge of the area, but gives it away tamely to Wayman, who's making strides to come forward. Here's Ben Wayman. Wayman on that right hand side is Yoav, who's just come on. Far side, Wayman will get it back. Nicholson finds Yoav. Yoav has to turn backwards for his skipper Nicholson. Nicholson And the challenge goes down. Wayman picks the ball up. AFC Dunstable still in possession. Forward for Cameron Cook. Good challenge by Echo Goka because Rico Greco is in all sorts of space down this left-hand side. Home side still in possession with Max Rosner. Rosner towards the edge of the area. Rosner has his pocket picked in the end by George Ironson, who then thumps the ball off of the number 6 and out for a throw-in to Ware. 90 minutes live in association with Easy Shelf Direct. 7 minutes into the second half. We are here at Creasy Park and we're still trailing by a goal to nil. Looking a lot brighter in this second period so far. Defending to be done though. Joab picks the ball up. Far side. Brings in Steskowski. Steskowski back for Wayman and Naylor. And Naylor's going to go all the way back to Thomas Finch. Decent saves by both keepers at the beginning of the second half. Naylor's long ball forwards and in the end it's overhit and we'll go behind for a goal kick to Ware. Certainly when you look at the statistics, 23 goals scored in second period of games for Ware, but 27 conceded. I think that probably tells its own story. But Joe Dearman and Clements goes down under challenge from Rosner. Referee lets it go on. John Clements goes down again. And referee still doesn't give a free kick. And here comes Ben Wayman down this left-hand side. Wayman drifts inside and Nicholson gets it caught under his feet and allows George Ironson to get the ball clear for Ware. Looking up for Liam Dawson, who goes up and is beaten to it by Naylor. He'll bring in Rico Greco, and Greco's pass almost snatched upon by Liam Dawson, but in the end he gets away with it, and forward come the ODs with Staszowski. Staszowski far side, gets it from Joab. Here's Ben Wayman. Certainly if I had to have a vote for man of the match, he'd be very much up there. Former Hartford player. I think he's had an excellent game in that central midfield role. Here's Nicholson. Here's Wayman again. Tends to pull the string as Nicholson went down there under challenge. Seemed to be struggling a little bit as ball's given away. And in the end it will bounce through to Bentley. Sam Bentley taking the ball all the way out to midway inside his own half. Finds Echo Coker for John Clements, who's come deep. Ball goes out as Ben Wayman managed to get a boot to it. A couple of substitutes warming up on that far side of the field here. Darian Furlong right in front of me will take the throw. Brings in Echo Coker. Back for Furlong. Furlong's ball down the line for Joe Dearman. Dearman controls it, can't bring in Clements. And in the end, Coker goes in. That was a heavy challenge. Referee might want to look at that one again. But Dan Romans, meanwhile, has got Cameron Cook inside the area. Cameron Cook tries to put it on the left foot. But good defending by Dan Romans in the end. And I've got a feeling Echo Coker is going to get a yellow card here. And indeed, Echo Coker will go into the referee's book. Joins Rico Greco, who was booked in the first half. It's the challenge on Max Rosner, who's up now. And okay. But as the referee's assistant in front of me says, it was a reckless challenge, and I can't disagree. Echo Coker has got a yellow card for Ware. Throw in deep inside Ware territory, near side of the field by Greco. Greco brings in Brooks in centre field. His ball on the far side to Joab. Joab turns the ball down the line for Brooks. Looks to get the return, but it was all a bit fancy, although still managed to get the ball back. Staszowski almost gives it away and does give it away to Liam Dawson. Liam Dawson down the left, slips it in for John Clements. Clements is being held back surely. And the referee gives nothing at all. There was little doubt there that Dan Naylor had a bit of his shirt, but referee gives nothing. Ware have got it with a throw in, chip down the line, headed inside for Mitch Hahn. Hahn brings in Dan Rumans. Rumans ball forward, though it's fairly easy for Stesnowski on the edge of the area. Down goes John Clements. More claims for a free kick as the ball breaks on the far side for a throw into AFC Dunstable. Well, not too sure about that one, but certainly the first one where Clements was held back was undoubtedly a free kick. Referee not interested. So Neil Templey is our referee. He's certainly one of these referees who wants to let the game flow, but on occasions he's let it flow just a little bit too much for my liking. Thomas Finch, long kick forward, looking to release Greco on this near side. Joe Dearman hadn't picked him up. Greco takes it down nicely, fires in the shot, but straight into the side netting. It was Route 1 football at best. It almost paid off for AFC Dunstable. Deep inside the Ware half is Darian Furlong. Here's Echo Coker. Coker down the line for Dearman. Dearman infield for George Ironton. George Ironton's ball, more in hope than expectancy, is pounced on by Rossner. Nice control by Nicholson, but Freddie Moncur was alert to it and will put the ball all the way back to Bentley, who just thumps it towards the halfway line. Brooks will bring it down unchallenged. Tries to go outside George Ironton, brings in Greco on this near side. Down the line, Coker will head it up in the air and then manage to keep it in. Brooks gives it away to George Ironton, a long ball forward. Nobody on the end of it. And Finch will come out and collect it comfortably for the home side. 13 minutes, second half gone. They lead here by a goal to nil. Ethan Holt's goal, 13 minutes in, is what separates these two sides. And Ware, of course, lost their last two at home. Won't want to lose the third. It'll be the first time since February if they do. Down the line for Greco. Both goalkeepers have made good saves. So it's got to be said Bentley has made more than Finch. But here's Dan Naylor. Naylor forward, gets the ball back again. On this near side is Greco. Greco plays the ball in field, but all really comes to nothing, but does go out of play on this near side for a throw into the home side, taken by Cameron Cook, who looks for Holt, who'd broken to the edge of the area. He's got two orange shirts around him, and in the end he brings Joe Dearman down. Holt goes down under challenge. I don't quite know what that was all about, but he stayed down. Darian Furlong was the defender. Furlong takes the kick. The referee's not even looking. And in the end, the ball's going to have to go all the way back there. And suddenly there's some more work for Bikini Jakodi to do as she sprints across the pitch to Ethan Holt. I'm not quite sure what happened when he went down. The referee's assistant won't be of much help because he's on the other side of the field, and the one down on this side, he's keeping his distance at the moment. So Darian Furlong protesting his innocence as to whether he was involved. He's already had a red card this season, of course, in that game against Stotfold. But referee not really interested in taking any particular action. Just waiting for Ethan Holt to get back up. In fact, he's going to have to go off to come back on again. And Sam Bentley's going to restart from corner flag on this near side. Bentley then, long one forward. Clements is up, doesn't win it. Ben Wayman hooks it forward only as far as Freddie Moncur. Far side, he will bring in Liam Dawson. Down the line, Clements is looking to pounce on the edge of the area, and in the end it was just a thumped clearance by Ben Wayman, which will bounce all the way to Sam Bentley. A little bit of movement on both benches. Not sure when we're going to have a change in personnel fairly imminently. Down the line, Joe Dearman has played the ball inside, gives it away again. And Ware have got defended to be done there because Wayman's found a little bit of space in front of Echo Goga. Wayman's still there wrestling with the ball, and in the end, a free kick given to AFC Dunstable. In a dangerous position. Left-hand side of the box, this Ben Wayman is The man who's going to take it plays it short in the end to Nicholson for Brooks. Brooks on that far side. The ball played all the way back to goalkeeper Thomas Finch, and just on this near side, Wayman can't get it, neither can Greco, and the ball will go out for a throw into Ware midway inside their own half. Go will take the throw in, he does. Back into his half for Darian Furlong for Freddie Moncur. It's Darian Furlong down the line for Coker. It suspiciously looks as if they went out of play, but in the end Coker's got a free kick from the challenge from Ben Wayman. It questions me, the referee suddenly started giving these free kicks for 50-50s, where the two that Ware gamed earlier on he didn't, as Furlong chips it forward looking for Liam Dalton. Goalkeeper had come but has now gone back. Here's Joe Dearman from the edge of the area, headed out by Ben Wayman. Moncur will collect it midway inside the AFC Dunstable half. It's Dearman again, back to the halfway line for Darian Furlong, back all the way for Sam Bentley. Bentley's chip ball forward, nobody there to challenge Naylor, who heads it onto the chest of Cameron Cook, who finds Holt on that far side, where have got defending to be done here again. Ethan Holt's long ball looking for Ben Wayman, heads it down and it slid in, and that is another super save by Sam Bentley as Nicholson came in on the edge of the 6-yard box, was favourite to put AFC Dunstable 2 up, and somehow Bentley managed to get in his way and keep Ware in the game. Another excellent save by the young goalkeeper. Here's John Clements. Clements is beaten by numbers at the back as the ball breaks on this near side, but will go out for a throw in as we approach the 19th minute of the second period here, with the wind getting up and Ware still trailing by a goal to nil. Here's Echo Coker inside the AFC Dunstable half, down the line, but it's a poor ball, and in the end Cameron Cook will come in the opposite direction, brings in Ethan Holt, looks for Wayman, but George Ironton will sort that out for Ware. Finds Coker on the halfway line, he's beaten to it. All gets a little bit frantic as Brooks brings out Nicholson inside the centre circle. Dan Rumans is in the way, but the ball will break to Greco on this left-hand side, challenged by Joe Dearman, and Greco's intended ball, well, was it a cross, was it a shot, whatever it was the wrong decision, as it went high and wide over the crossbar. A little bit of certainly going to be a change on the Ware side. It looks, can't quite see who it is from this distance. Dugout's right on the far side. Change is going to be made by AFC. Meanwhile, Ethan Holt, the goal scorer who got that knock a little bit earlier on, is going to go off, and it's going to be Trey Lucas who is going to come on wearing 16. He scored the goal at Watson Park, of course, in Ware's 2-1 win in the FA Cup. Looked a lively character on that occasion. Offer something a little bit different to Ethan Holt, more of a traditional centre forward. Joe Dearman, long ball for Dan Rumans on the far side, and then another one high into the night sky. Staszkowski watches it, didn't do the best with it, and Liam Dalton making life a little bit difficult for Naylor, who puts the ball out for a throw-in on this near side. George Ironton down the line for Joe Dearman. Dearman, chance to get the ball across, takes deflection, one bounce into the arms of Thomas Finch inside the 6-yard box. It's going to be a double Ware change when it does happen, as AFC are coming forward on the far side. It's Mitch Hahn, picks the ball up for Ware, forward for Clements. Clements as well finds George Ironton. Near side for Joe Dearman, a little bit of controlled possession from Ware. I haven't seen much of that this afternoon. Here's Joe Dearman again. Dearman drifts inside, it's not got too much help, and that's to chip it on that far side to Siggers, who has to go back into his own half. So looks like Richard Enning's going to be one that's going to come on, and Jack Dreyer is going to be the other one, I think. So double change for Ware. as Joe Dearman goes up and the challenge from Greco. Brooks gets the ball away from George Ironson. Darian Furlong gets a little bit of a nudge from Troy Lucas, and Ware will get themselves a free kick. Time to make a change perhaps, but not yet, as Freddie Moncur the free kick to George Ironson. George, far side of the field. Oh, that's a poor ball. And forward come AFC Dunstable, but George atones to his error by taking the ball away from Yoav Sade, and John Clements loses the ball inside the centre circle. Here's Cameron Cook, but far side Siggers is in the way, and will put it all the way back to Bentley. Kick lands on the chest of Mitch Hahn. He's then given it away to Ben Wayman. The ball finds Lucas, who wasn't offside, but Hahn manages to wrestle it back for Ware. Brooks will pick it up for AFC Dunstable in front of us, and starts on a run, chips it in field for Nicholson. Brooks looks to feed his skipper again, but it breaks down and cleared. Long one forward by Bentley, and two defenders with Liam Dawson, and they managed just to snaffle the ball out. Both where substitutes were waiting to come on. They're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Mitch Hahn will take the throw in. Finds Joe Dearman. Dearman for Echo Coker. Mitch Hahn again. Finds Freddie Moncur. Moncur for Joe Dearman. Dearman in field for George Ironson. Here's Joe Dearman. Good play by Ware. Dearman across the box. And it's gone in the back of the net. Well, who's going to claim it? Liam Dawson and John Clements it was on the near post, who puts it in for Ware. AFC couldn't get hold of it finally on this near side. Good work by Joe Dearman, and John Clements has scored his first goal in a Ware shirt, and it's 1-1 here at Creasy Park. Game back on. Well, he's a renowned goal scorer. We knew what he'd bring. It's taken him a while, 68 minutes, but John Clements has put Ware back on level terms. What can they do from here? And Joe Dearman, who had a torrid time in that first half, it's got to be said, but he showed again what a good player he is going forward. It's the defensive side of his game he needs to work on. So those saves that Sam Bentley made throughout the course of this game could prove vital. Can Ware get a winner? And again, they've got to defend at the other end, because anybody can win this one the way it's going. Here's Brooks. Brings in Rosner. Left foot forward. Coker just about got enough on it. Furlong will bring in Dan Romans, and he'll put it back to Sam Bentley. Bentley chips it towards the halfway line. Clements heads it on, but only brought down on his thigh by Brooks. Brooks turns it inside, gave Wayman something to do, with Mitch Hahn snapping at his ankles, and in the end Wayman's given it away to Joe Dearman. Ware have got their tails up a bit here, you think. Here's Clements, holds it on well, sends Joe Dearman going further down the touchline. Joe Dearman, can he keep it in? He does. He's hemmed in down by the corner flag, still managed to get the ball across the box. Liam Dawson can't get hold of it, and in the end it's cleared, and Rico Greco will bring it in the opposite direction. Basketball mentality here. You have a go, we'll have a go. Here's Troy Lucas going down that far side. Looks to pull the ball across. Good defending by Darian Furlong, because Wayman was looking to make his way in the box. Brooks will pick it up midway inside the Ware half. Turns away from Freddie Moncur. Ball on that far side is put in. The ball comes across the box, and once again it's saved by Bentley's legs, as the shot came in on that far side from Lucas and put away for a corner. Another good save by the young goalkeeper. Those were substitutions, by the way. That goal by John Clements has definitely put the pause button on of those. Jack Dreher's got his top back on, although Richard Enning looks like he might be about to come on. The ball cleared on that far side of the field. 26 minutes gone, 1-1 here at Creasy Park. AFC Dunstable haven't drawn at home this season. Ware haven't drawn away. We stand up 1-1. Here's Brooks. Plays the ball to Ben Wayman. Wayman. Plenty of space in front of him. Plays the ball to Rosner. Rosner for Brooks. Threaded on that far side. Sardo lets it run under his foot. And it's a throw in Ware, which Dan Romans will take. I think a substitution will be made, and I think it is still going to be a double substitution. So it'll be interesting to see how Paul Halsey changes things up. Meanwhile, here's the man of the moment, John Clements. Plays the ball back for George Ironton. George's ball, looking for search out Joe Dearman's a poor one though. And Greco can pick it up down by the corner flag on this near side of the field. Rosner forward for Wayman. Good ball for Nicholson. Here's Rosner going forward again, but Mitch Hahn managed to get a foot in. George Ironton gives it away though. And the ball pushed forward only as far as Freddie Moncur. AFC for all the work they put in the first half, it looked a bit untidy at times in the second. Furlong inside his own half. Plays the ball near side to Ego Coker. Coker for Dearman. Flicks it inside for Liam Dawson. Here's Joe Dearman again going down the right hand side. Chance for the cross. Pulls it across. Good header at near post by Naylor, but Ware will get it back with George Ironton. Here's Joe Dearman down this right hand side. George Ironton with the chance to fire it across. He does, and just wide of the target as John Clements came in. They hadn't picked him up, but in the end he couldn't steer it goalward. Opportunities are arriving for Ware. They had precious few in the first half, but they certainly have created them here. But we still stand at 1-1, and still we've got two substitutes waiting to come on that far side. And still, Paul Halsey and Joe O'Brien don't fancy it. 28 minutes gone, second half, 1-1. Game poised on a knife edge here at Creasy Park. Here's Brooks for the home side. Forward. Ware are winning those duels now. They weren't in the first half as Freddie Moncur picks the ball up. Plays it for Echo Coker, brings in Joe Dearman, who's had a much better second half. Plays the ball inside for George Ironton. George's ball far side, looks for Mitch Hahn, but in the end it was Sardo who managed to get in the way. Still though late to make the substitutions on the far side. Jack Dreher's looking a bit cold over there. Ware coming forward with Mitch Hahn. Mitch Hahn puts the ball across the box, hit out by Naylor. Only as far as Siggers, but he couldn't keep it in, and it's going to be a throw-in to AFC Dunstable. Maybe they've lost the board on the far side. Must admit, teams want to get on there. Both sides, you've got to credit for wanting to get on with it. Nobody delays at dead ball situations. Here's Finch. Chance to weigh up his options. Long ball forward onto the chest of Echo Coker. Coker's got nothing in front of him. He's going to have to go inside. But in the end, Liam Dalton provides a bit of an overlap. But Naylor's there first. Puts it back to Finch. And Finch's ball on the edge of the area to Rosner. Rosner back to Naylor. And suddenly a little triangle develops with Ben Wayman at the apex of it and brings the ball away. Finds Brooks. Brooks onto the halfway line. Nicholson all the way back to Stetskovsky on that far side. He'll be bringing in Ben Wayman, and once more Greco's got space on this near side, which will do well to attract, but linesman's flag goes up for offside. And finally I think we're going to get a change. In fact, it's going to be an AFC Dunstable change. It's going to be Rico Greco who goes off. So Greco will go off, and I think that where changes will occur now. But I'm still not putting the board up on that far side of the field. It's Kawaio Busai Kai who's come on to play left back. It's going to be Freddie Moncur who's going to go off for Jack Dreher, who's about to come on for Ware. So it's not going to be a double change. It's just going to be the one change. That's an attacking change by Paul Halsey, because Freddie very much a defensive midfield player. Jack Dreher, who's got 6 goals this season. back from injury, of course, much more offensive-minded player. I think it means George Ironton will drop a little bit alongside Mitch Hahn as the ball goes out on this near side for a throw in the Ware, midway inside the AFC Dunstable half. Darian Furlong will take the throw in for Ware. They've had the better of the second period, you've got to say. We've got 14 minutes left for somebody to get 3 points out of this one. Darian Furlong's throw brings in Mitch Hahn, midway inside the AFC half. Down the line for Joe Dearman. Dearman looks to get the ball across, does so with the left foot, goes to the far post. Coker was going up, and in the end, Finch, the goalkeeper, comes out and commands his area well. Bowls it out to Nicholson. Nicholson on this side will bring in Ben Wayman. Wayman with Darian Furlong in front of him. Where have got players behind the ball now, though. The ball goes back inside the AFC half for Rosner. Rosner's balling for Sade on that far side. Brings the ball down nicely. Plays the ball forward to Cook. That's a good challenge coming in from Dan Romans. And the ball will break at the other end where John Clements is in a one-on-one here with Naylor. But there's a flag up on this near side. Referee lets the game go on. And Rosner will find Brooks inside the centre circle for AFC Dunstable. His ball forward, pounced upon by Dan Romans, who goes down and stays down as the ball breaks to Thomas Finch. Back inside his own half. Dan felt that. Player whose career at times have been blighted by injury, of course. And certainly don't win another one, but it looks like Victoria has got to get that rug off her knees and get out there and do some treeing work. And here she comes for Dan Romans. It's the right leg that's giving them the problem, but we'll see. We've got 12 minutes plus time added on to go here at Creasy Park. AFC Dunstable 1 at Ware 1 on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf Direct. Tuesday night we'll be at the Pexhurst for Welwyn Garden City against Barton Rovers, live from 7:40, and this time next week we'll be at the same venue, the Pexhurst Stadium, Welwyn Garden City, live from 2:55. First of 3 derby matches, really looking forward to. Welwyn Garden City against Ware, Boxing Day Ware against Hertford, and then New Year's Day Hertford against Waltham Abbey. 3 on the agenda for us on 90 Minutes Live. Looking forward to all of them over the festive period. Meanwhile, I can tell you that Dan Romans has had to go off on that far side, but I think he is going to rejoin us as the ball will be played out to Rosner. He's missed the ball. It's played in by Jack Dreyer, fired in by Liam Dawson, but there's a flag up on this near side. Well, Rosner got out of jail there, missed the ball. Jack Dreyer fired it into Liam Dawson, but he was in an offside position. Here's Ben Wayman on this near side of the field, inside his own half. Here is Rosner. Square ball on the far side once again. Stavskoski plays the ball on this near side to Ben Wayman. Wayman looks up, plays the ball back for Dan Naylor. Not as much cohesion about AFC Dunstable in the second period as there was in the first. Substitutions perhaps have been a reason for that. Lost Rio Dial. We wish him well through injury, and Ethan Holt as well. Has changed the thing as the ball goes out on this near side. Going to be a throw in to Ware. Darian Furlong will take it. It'll be a real confidence booster for them if they get a winner out of this one, but they've got defending to be done here as Lucas on that far side brings in Cameron Cook. Cameron Cook turns inside to the edge of the area, but Furlong read it well. Long ball forward, looking for the run of Liam Dawson. Here's Liam Dawson going edge of the area. Oh, just a foot in by Naylor. Puts it behind for a corner as Liam looked to be pulling the trigger with only the goalkeeper to beat. Good defending by Big Dan Naylor. Ware got a corner. They've looked more likely in this second period. Having had a pretty inept first period, it's got to be said. Corner to be taken far side. Mitch Hahn will take it for Ware. Finch has had some problems with these in this second half, and once again they're going to crowd the goalkeeper inside that 6-yard box. Got a fairly physical big team these days, Ware. As Hahn's corner comes into the near post, hit it in to the back of the net, and Ware go in front. Super goal, and who else but John Clements again? Oh, they've turned it around here. A Creasy Park. It was a peach of a corner and a lovely header in on the near post. And from a goal behind, Ware find themselves 2-1 in front here. And the man of the moment is John Clements once more. Super header coming in from the number 9. They brought him in to score goals, and he's got 2 on his debut, and Ware lead here by 2-1 with just 8 minutes remaining. Well, he's got to say, they've deserved it in the second half. They've looked the better team, they've looked the more direct team in the second half. And John Clements, for his goal scoring, they also should put a big pat on the back to the teenage goalkeeper Sam Bentley, who at times has kept them in the game. But it's Ware who lead 2-1, and this could be a really big result for Paul Wolsey's team. He said last week against AFC, when they lost at home to Biggleswade Town, that sometimes you play well and you don't get what you deserve. Well, this afternoon, if you'd seen them in the first half, you'd have said that they deserved absolutely nothing, but they got it together after the break, and they lead by 2-1, and AFC Dunstable are facing their 7th home defeat of the season. Long ball by Wayman, and this time not effective, and goes over the top and out for a throw-in. We're looking for their 4th away win of the season. If you look at the table, this would move them on to 26 points, which would put them once again in the fray. As far as playoffs are concerned, it would take them, of course, momentarily above Hartford. This was their game in hand on Hartford, so they'll lead Hartford by 3 points. Clements gets a shove in the back from Brooks, but once again the referee hasn't given it. So AFC Dunstable get a throw in midway inside the Ware half. This time it's they who are at the hurry up here, and the ball goes out. In fact, it hadn't come in. That goal by John Clements, by the way, timed at 82 minutes, and that is the 10th goal that Ware have scored in the last 10 minutes of games this season. It's certainly a trait about Paul Wolsey's teams. Don't know when they're beaten, and this afternoon they're holding on to a lead, but they've got to defend here as the ball breaks to the edge of the box. Coker just went in, and he could be in trouble because he's already been booked. Down with Cameron Cook. It's going to be a free kick to AFC Dunstable. And Eiko Coker is, well, he's protesting his innocence here. And you just wonder if the referee is going to produce any further sanction to the big central defender. Dan Rumans is doing the captain's job and saying, get out of there. And that's exactly what's happening. But it's going to be a free kick to AFC Dunstable. It's in a dangerous position. It's parallel to the edge of the 18-yard area. 5 minutes remaining here. Ware have turned it round from trading 1-0 to lead 2-1. 2 second-half goals from John Clements has done the job so far. But they've got a free kick to defend here, and they pulled everybody bar Liam Dawson back. AFC taking the time about the free kick. Ben Wayman's over it, and so is the substitute. Begai Kaye. It's going to be Wayman drives it in, and it's over the top of the crossbar. Bentley was flashing across his goal, but in the end didn't have cause for concern. 5 minutes to go before Ware get their season back on track if they hold on to this 2-1 advantage. 4th away win of the season. It's been one of those afternoons. I'll be talking to Paul Halsey after this, as we always do. It'll be on 90 Minutes Live post-match tomorrow. And one of the questions will be just the difference. What did he say at half-time? Far more effective in the second period of Ware beat. As Mitch Hahn pushes it forward, Jethro is beaten to it by Brooks. Home side haven't given this up as Lucas goes scurrying away on that far side to collect the ball for AFC. Dunstable tries to turn inside Dan Rumans. He just shrugs him aside. Rumans goes down under challenge, but the ball goes out for a throw-in to the home side on the far side. Nothing more Joe Oxley can do. He's used all his substitutes, of course. And here's Ben Wayman. Wayman far side, but ball breaks to Clements, who goes down under challenge from Sade, and this time does get the free kick. It's been on numerous occasions when he hasn't, but it's going to be a debut to remember. Last time Ware fans will probably remember John Clements scoring the winner for Welling Garden City 2 seasons ago when Welling Garden won 1-0 at Watson Park. Well, he's paid them back for that one this afternoon. Darian Furlong taking his time about the free kick over on that far side of the field. Right-footed, long ball forward will land under the head of Rosner and just go out for a throw-in to Ware midway inside the AFC Dunstable half, and they're not in a hurry to take it. 2 minutes plus time added on, which I think there'll probably be about 3 or 4. Throw-in taken finally down that line, going towards the corner flag where Clements has the ball under control, and in the end the ball will go out and there'll be a throw-in to AFC Dunstable. There's a bit of scuffling going on there. Sade then comes up with the ball and will take the throw-in for the home side. Back inside their own area with Ben Wayman, who certainly doesn't deserve to be on the losing side. He's had a terrific game, and ball forward off the head of Koga, but Lucas will get it before it goes out on this near side. Good challenge by Joe Dearman, but he's given away a corner. Corner then to AFC Dunstable. Taken very quickly. Cameron Cook comes up with it, finds Nicholson, plenty of space centre of midfield, fires it on the far side, over hits it, cheer from the Ware fans on the far side as the ball goes behind for a goal kick. We're in the final minute of Creasy Park, and we're leading by 2-1. Last time they were here in October 22, they went down 3-0, but that's the only time they've lost competitively to AFC Dunstable. Season before that, Lewis Rowe scored one of the goals as they won here by 2-0, and we wish Lewis all the best in his recovery. He started his treatment, and good to see that things going okay for him at the moment, and hopefully we'll see him back out on the park in a Ware shirt. Near side AFC Dunstable in possession, but they're deep inside their own half. Brooks finds Naylor, who's immediately put under pressure by Dawson. And the ball threaded down the far side, and John Clements superbly robs Rosner. Ball played in for Liam, but Dawson hits the back of the net, but there's a flag up on this near side. 1 count. Celebrations by Ware fans cut short by a linesman's flag on this near side. But John Clements, you wouldn't think, 32 years of age, running around there like a teenager. Still work to be done though, but ball's been given away this time to Dawson again. Dawson coming forward. Cameron Cook's the defender. Here goes Liam Dawson, left hand side of the area. Dawson goes down. Got to be a penalty, and is. Penalty to Ware in the final minutes of the match at Creasy Park. Ironically at the end, where Brad Robinson saved that one in the playoff semi-final. And a chance here to put this one beyond doubt. Liam Dawson, good run. Cook couldn't keep him, and in the end it is going to be Liam Dawson who's going to take the penalty kick. So Liam Dawson will take the kick here. We're into injury time, and Ware looking to make it 3-1. Dawson steps up, goalkeeper goes the wrong way. And Ware are on their way to their 4th away win of the season. Liam Dawson seals it in injury time with the penalty kick. And Ware have turned this one round from being 1-0 down after 13 minutes to leading 3-1 in injury time at the end of the match. It's going to be a happy journey, whichever way those Ware fans go. I went round the back to avoid most of Dunstable. A few country lanes involved, but wherever you go tonight, it's going to be a smiling journey. Ware are back on track, facing the festive period with some confidence. Dawson and Clements could turn out to be the key that unlocks a playoff place this season. Two of them renowned goal scorers, both of them on the score sheet this afternoon, and they fancy some more here at injury time. Here's Liam Dawson going down the left-hand side. Dawson plays in Jack Dreyer. Clements is making his way into the box. Dreyer puts it across, but over the top of everybody and out for a throw-in on this near side of the field. AFC coming forward with Ben Wayman. They will wonder. Certainly the better team in the first half. After half-time, though, Ware have deserved to get back into this one and deserved their advantage. Here's Thomas Finch, midway inside his own half. Long ball forwards. Rumans goes down into challenge from Rosner. Well, that's going to be a free kick to Ware, which they will have no hurry at all in taking. And certainly, having seen the defeats of Biggleswade and Waltham Abbey, nice to see the second half here. And set up what's going to be a real belter this time next week at the Bexhurst. Welwyn Garden City have been going well. Welwyn Garden City against Ware. And then on Boxing Day, well, I was talking to Steve King before the match here, and I think we both agree that's going to be one of the most competitive local derbies we've had in a long, long time. But Ware will certainly go to the Bexhurst next Saturday, full of confidence after this result. Ball forward, Mitch Hahn delays it, and in the end it's just thumped forward by Siggers and out for a throw in. Referees played 4 over the top. As we carry on here, AFC, well, there'd have to be a miracle to get back into this one. Liam Dalton's penalty, by the way, makes it 11 goals in the final 10 minutes of matches this season. Long shot forward from inside his own half by Ben Wayman, straight into the chest of Sam Bentley, who clutches it, goes down, and will take his time. Surely this will be the final action here at Creasy Park. A happy hunting ground for me. Seen Ware win all three matches that we've had on 90 Minutes Live here at Creasy Park. There's ball in the halfway line for George Ironson, who gave it away first of all, then got it back. Forward by Furlong, 2 bounces for Thomas Finch. Referees looked at his watch. We've played nearly 5 over the top as Dan Rumans heads the ball towards the centre circle. Dreyer can't get it, and the second time just meets Brooks, and it'll break to Joe Dearman on this near side. 3-1's nice, 4-1, wow. But Jack Dreyer decides that Ware will play a bit of gate ball. Chip forward by Furlong. It's Ben Wayman who heads it out, playing in centre half position. Oh dear. Rosner goes in on Dan Rumans, and it all gets a little bit ugly. Dan stays down, and there's just a melee of players inside the centre circle, pushing, shoving, all sorts going on. Could do without this, we don't need it. But surely Rosner is going to be in trouble for the challenge on Dan Rumans. There's still this scuffling going on. And Ware have got this game won. Don't need to get involved in anything like that and get further censure from the referee. Referee's assistant on this near side is out as well. He's having a word with the referee and see what the referee is going to produce. The melee is finally clears, and referee is going to have a word with his assistant. Surely he's going to have a word with somebody after all that. But referee looks at his watch and says to Ware to get on with it. Wow, that's Yeah, lots for words again there. Surely the referee should have had a word with somebody, but in the end he's just said free kick to Ware and let Furlong get on with it. Darian Furlong, long ball over on that far side, headed up. I think the referee's watch has stopped as well as his book gone missing, because we've now played 6 minutes over the top and through is going Troll. Lucas here against Bentley. Lucas goes down and we could be in for another penalty, but there's a flag up for offside on the far side. And the referee's calling for another football. Wow, quite what's going on with referee Neil Templey. It's anybody's guess. Where have got a free kick midway inside their own half. For some reason, he's found 7 minutes over the top at the end of a half where we've had a couple of injuries, but nothing that would get anywhere near 7 minutes of extra time. But Furlong's long ball forward just boots it towards the edge of the AFC Dunstable area. George Shienton does likewise. And finally the referee finds his watch. Finally we find the full-time whistle. It's cheers from the Ware fans on that far side. Because having been a goal down after 13 minutes, Ware have come back here to win by 3-1. Goals coming in the second half. John Clements with a couple and Liam Dawson from the penalty spot, giving Bull Hall's team their 4th away win of the season. And it takes them on to 26 points. And that will certainly, take them above Hertford, who were 7th this morning. And Cirencester didn't have a game today, so it takes them above Cirencester as well. So with a rough bit of maths, I think that takes Ware back into the playoff places. We'll just have a look and see if I can give you the scores from elsewhere, as involving particularly the one involving Welwyn Garden City, who were 2-1 down to AFC, to Aylesbury United, by the way, at a half-time. Let's see what we can find out from Welwyn Garden City and see if they have managed to hold on. Ware boys is the cry from there. In fact, penalty tucked away by Aylesbury United, so they lead Welwyn Garden City 3-1. Still playing, they are there, so Welwyn's run has come to an end. And teams both on 3-1 scorelines will face each other at Pexhurst this time next week. But those 3-1 scorelines, of course, will be very, very different in terms of morale. But Welwyn Garden City got a game on Tuesday night. We'll be there when they take on Barton Rovers, which will be an interesting one to see. Let's see if I can tell you what else has happened. Biggleswade Town of 3-0 up in 6 minutes of added time against North Lee. So I think you can fairly certainly say that the Waders have won that one. They move on to 29 points. And I've got a game in the hand on Waltham Abbey, who have now leapfrogged in the table. So the only other game to really worry about at the top of the table is Bedford, who had an attendance of 529 this afternoon in a 1-1 draw against Leighton Town. So the league leaders have dropped points. Second place North Lee have been beaten. And good result for Leighton Town. So they will move on to 25 points. So my mathematics anyway, which is sometimes a little bit iffy, will have a league table which tonight will look like this. Bedford on top, played 14, 34 points. North Lee second, played 15, 30. We then have Biggleswade Town, who've made their way up into third place, played 15, 29. Fourth will be Waltham Abbey, played 16, 28. And I do believe, looking down here, that fifth in the table then will be Ware, having played 16 and 26. So 3-1 victory here for Paul Hall's team. Takes them back into the playoff places this evening. So thanks for your company here on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy News Direct. I'll be way over the other side of the ground to talk to, well, I'm sure will be a happy Paul Halsey. That'll be on 90 Minutes Live post-match tomorrow. And Tuesday night, make a date for us, 7:40 live from the Bexhurst, Welwyn Garden City against Barton Rovers, and this time next Saturday 2:55 live at the Bexhurst again, Welwyn Garden City against Ware. Thanks for listening, and I'll leave you again with the full-time score here at Creasy Park, a victorious one for Ware, where it ended AFC Dunstable 1, Ware 3.